So it's that time again. School is starting back up officially next week for us. And so it's about time I get my homeschool space set up. But today I wanted to show you that your homeschool space just has to work for you. I always have visions of like a much prettier space, but you know what? Function is always better in our homeschool space, I figured. And my boys don't know any different. So let's take a look. I'm Rian, Christ-following wife and stay-at-home mom to 4 sweet boys. I'm growing and learning how to glorify Christ as a wife, mom, homemaker, and teacher, so come and grow and learn with me. I am Mama on Mission. And this is a collaboration hosted by my friend Katie over at Life in the Mundane, and I'm collaborating with some of my best friends here on YouTube, and you can see how all of us do our homeschool spaces very differently. Just click on the link below. So this is what I started with. This is all of our stuff left over from last school year, stuff that the kids have just kind of thrown back on the shelves, and nothing is really where it belongs. So this area is actually the second living area in my home. We have the upstairs main living room, and then this is just in the basement. It's kind of a split level floor plan, but it's a wonderful spot to do our homeschool, but it does get pretty messy because it is also our kiddos' play space and lounge space. And here is mid-process, books, papers everywhere, but you have to make a bigger mess in order to clean the mess, right? So we'll just give you a broad sweep, don't mind the toys on the floor, of what our space looks like. And of course, anyone else's kids do weird things like this? Now I'll take you through, this is what we call our homeschool shelf. Here we have colored pencils, crayons, markers. This is Mama's box. They're not allowed to touch. This has things like staples and thumbtacks and things that they shouldn't really be into. This box is for my kindergartner, things that he can do while I am busy with something else, but I don't want him to like run off and, you know, get involved in something else, but I just need him quiet for a little bit, doodle mat, stuff like that in there. This is the activity box for my 1-year-old. I'm gonna put a few more things in there. But things to kind of keep him busy. This is all of our kindergarten math manipulatives. Here's our turn-in box for my 7th and 5th grader. Here is our file box system, complete with a feather on top of it. Life with boys. So my kids' names are on here, just my older two. And then these are the week numbers, and then those are the worksheets they need for that week. So they just pull them out and put them in their binder at the beginning of each week. And then this is their busy box. So this is full of magazines that they can read, and paper airplane books and drawing books and puzzle books and stuff like that to keep them busy if they're waiting on me. Now coming over here, we do have 2 desks that I make them sit in, at least for handwriting. My kids are much more lay on the floor, sit on the couch type kids, but I do make them sit properly for handwriting. We do have a TV down here. This is also kind of like their lounge spot. And we do use it for school sometimes. This year we're trying something different. I'm putting the basic supplies just all together. Last year they had their own little caddies like this, but I put all the scissors, glue, and rulers up here. These are just a few of the educational books that we like to have on hand. We have our globe, old school VCR, because we have some VHSs that we still like to watch. This holds just some DVDs and all the chargers and cables and all that kind of good stuff. These shelves are rather empty because we are still waiting on some of our Sunlight books to come in. But this is going to be my 7th graders readers for this year. This is my 5th graders readers. We already had those from his brother, so we didn't have to get new of those. There are some series down here, and then all of our Bibles and just some resource books on the right there. Now these are my boys' binders that they use each day that'll have their worksheets in them. This is their math and language arts. All of our Sunlight read alouds will go here. There's our science and our Bible and our Sunlight folder. And then this is my kindergartner's shelf. Again, we're waiting on some books to fill in that spot there. And then here are just some books that I like to keep out. Here we have Mama's whiteboard and the kiddos' whiteboard. I got that at IKEA. It's a blackboard on the opposite side. And our maps and our schedules, but those have not been switched out for the new year yet. And then our state map here. And then this, we've somehow deemed the Momma box. I don't know why, because it's not really my stuff, but all of our pens, markers, you know, dry erase, highlighters, pencils, all that goes in there. This is just bookmarks and stuff that I need on hand. Now in those bags on the left are all of our fidgets that they're allowed to play with when I'm reading aloud. This basket will be for things that I need to grade. Those other trays are things that I just need to file or throw away. Now down here, it looks a little crazy, but these are like our whiteboards and our dry erase pages, things like that. This is used notebooks, but like we call them our doodle books. There's like still pages in there, but there's not enough pages to like use it for a subject. And these are our subject notebooks. But this is my notebook that I just keep all of my records in. And then these are my teacher's guides in here. And then of course our little lap desks that we use sometimes. This is where we keep our library books. And this little random shelf in the hallway is more stuff for my littles to use while I need them busy. So this is bristle blocks, Duplos, balls, lacing cards, and learning palette from Usborne and stuff like that. Now in my laundry room, I do have this rainbow cart that has all of our art supplies in it. I keep those behind the laundry room door because I do not want them touched without permission. And the only other place that we have homeschool stuff is this utility closet here. We have all of our board games in there and then a few like science supplies and Play-Doh and stuff like that that I want to keep put up because there's lots of little pieces. But my kids have been in there recently and it's a disaster, so we're not going to go in there. But I just wanted to show you guys that like your homeschool space doesn't have to be Instagram perfect. It just has to work for you. And this is organized and we know where everything is. And as long as it stays picked up, I'm happy. Let me know down below what you guys are using for homeschool space. Do you have a room? Do you have a basement? Do you just sit around the kitchen table? Where do you do school? Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.